how to approach the cloud native community. What's the best way to get involved? There are a lot of ways to do so. And I am joined by an amazing person who's very active in the CNCF ecosystem, very active organizing a KCD that she'll probably talk about. And her name is Annalisa. Welcome. How are you doing?
Thank you very much for inviting me. Pleasure to be here again to talk with you. And thanks for your wonderful presentation, introduction. Well, you invited me over because we are going to talk to students and rookies and wannabe contributors and whoever wants to approach the community of the CNCF or open source as wide. Um, I'm really new to this industry, as I said many other times. I spent 20 years long in another industry. I didn't know what the CNCF was. I didn't know what community was. So I'm here just to tell about me and maybe to give some pieces of advice. They may be useful for someone who, like me, is a non-technical person and is completely new to this environment. First of all, I would say don't let fear block you. It's stupid, it's trivial, banal, but it's like that. Don't fear other people, don't fear the community, and don't think you don't fit into the environment because you are too old, too young, you don't have a PhD, whatever may the reason be. If you really wish to be part of the community, just go ahead. Somewhere else, I stated, jump into the community. Do it, just do it. I confirm that, but I wish to give some more advice, if I may. Do not rush into things and into people. Don't be restless. I would say pause, listen first, read, try to watch how other people behave, what they're doing, take part in meetings, and get prepared beforehand. I'm saying that because it happened. I happened to hear people approaching a given working group and introducing themselves, saying, "Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. I want to help. I'm here to help, but I don't know what you're doing here. I don't know what your working group is about." So probably this is not the best way to join a working group. Um, Even for the basic reason to respect other people's time and efforts. So first, it doesn't mean you cannot ask for explanations or clarifications, but before joining a new group, dive deep into what's existing, read documents, available documents, go through the repos, try to understand what objectives a certain team has and what has been done up to that moment. So just get prepared a little bit before. And what happened to me? As I said, I'm not a developer, so I was told, go and try to learn to get into the CNCF somehow. And I tried to find a place, a way to be there. I tried to find something that resonated with me. And the first step I took was to join the marketing committee just because I'm a marketer. And from that point, I got to know the business value subcommittee. And they were talking about, at the time, they were talking about the launch of the glossary project. So there was a way that seemed to be good for me to begin with. So I could translate into Italian the glossary terms from English, and in the meanwhile drive knowledge because I was studying. So working on the glossary was driving value for me as well. So it was a sort of win-win situation. Then, in the meanwhile, another colleague invited me over to the Cartographers group, who has been developing cloud native maturity model. And there it was a bit weird for me because it was much more technical than the glossary, but I found a way to help, writing articles for the blog post, volunteering at a KubeCon booth, and somehow sharing my perspective on some of the aspects building the model. So I've been taking baby steps, and that's what I feel I could advise new people. And I'm studying a lot. Studying a lot is the basis of our job as a contributor for the CNCF community. For example, I was gifted a voucher for the KCNA certification, and I didn't want to waste it. But it was very technical for me, very difficult to approach. I studied, I failed because I scored 71%, and the minimum to pass is 75%. But who cares? I began to pile up knowledge, technical knowledge, as a non-technical person. So this is something that I think it's suitable for many people like me. Another way is to help organizing meetups or local events. For example, I'm in the KCD Italy co-organizing team, and that's another way. If you're a marketer, you can give advice. You can help with supporting with the graphics, with the social media, with a number of promotional activities, and organizing physically the event as well, finding the location, the venue, trying to set up the agenda and so on. So that has been my experience up to now, and hopefully it will grow a bit. I will be at the KubeCon in a panel. I will take part to a panel organized by Matt Jarvis about KCDers. So what KCDers can share with the rest of the community. So in honor. And that's it. As for
Very
now.
good. Very, very good. For
In a
now.
couple of years. Yeah,
Yeah.
this been the last couple of years.
And a lot's happened, and it's obvious that a lot will continue to happen. And I think your insights are ones that we see shared and need to be shared more, so that people don't feel like it's a competition and know those best practices of how to get involved, how to have meaningful, sustainable contributions. I think it's great advice.
Cool.
Good. All right. Well, thank you very much, and always a pleasure.
Thank you.
And we'll see you in KubeCon.
Yes, of course. See you. Right. Thanks a lot.